In the last video, we took you for a quick tour of our building. What I'd like to do is now take you for a quick tour of our course and how you should navigate it. Let's have a look. Obviously, you're watching this video, and therefore you must have figured out how to log in and get to this course. When you log in, you get this screen right here, which gives you some course information. Notice that on the left here, we have course information, course updates and news. On the right, we have course handouts. At the top, we have some buttons. And at the moment, we're looking at course info. You could also go to discussion, which is the discussion forum. And if we had a wiki, then you could get to it through the wiki. We probably will skip that. And then you can look at your progress through the course and see what problems you have already finished. And if you want to look at the syllabus, you can have a look at the syllabus. And then there's an instructor button here because I'm using Maggie's account here and she is an instructor. If you want to get to the actual material, you click on Courseware. And you get this page right here. And in particular on the right here, it gives you a very easy way of navigating to where you last were. Now let's skip week 0 and let's go have a look at week 1. Now when you're watching this video, it may be that week 1 is not up, and therefore this is just a preview of what you will be seeing. If you look under opening remarks, you will find 3 units. So this bar across the top here lets you access different units, and the first unit of the opening remarks is always some kind of takeoff activity. Now, the takeoff activity here was meant to be a video clip from the movie Airplane. Unfortunately, we weren't sure if this would give copyright issues, and therefore we tell you how to search for this clip by just typing in "what's our vector Victor" into Google, and you can enjoy a clip. The second unit of the opening remark is always going to be an outline of what we will do this week. And the final unit of the opening remarks tells you what you will learn this week. So it's important to look through this so that you understand what it is that you should be learning this week. And then at the end of the week, it's important to return to this so that you can see what it is that you should have learned. Notice that these particular units also allow you to communicate to others what it is that you learned in this course. If you just take all of these pages and put them together, then this is something that you can hand over to someone to give them an indication of what it is that we covered. Okay, let's go on to section 1.2. We try to start each unit with a video. If you want closed captioning, you can click on this CC right here. And then a very important link is to the related reading. We decided to actually write a book that very closely matches the way the material is laid out in the on the edX platform itself. And if you click on this related reading, then that takes you to the PDF of the current week, to the page where this particular unit is discussed. Now you can also navigate back from this PDF back to where you were on edX by clicking on these pictures that depict the video. And if you click on that, then you get back to the unit on the edX platform where this was discussed. Now do notice that this gives you then a second tab, and you may want to manage that by closing those on occasion. The rest of this unit then relates to homework, so you can go and do the homework, check your answers, and do things like that. Now, let me also show you a little bit about how we do proofs in this class. Let's go to section 1.3.2, which deals with vector addition. And if you go all the way to the bottom of this particular unit, you find a homework exercise that asks the question, if x is a vector of size n, is it the case that when you add the 0 vector to it, you get the same vector back? Now, what we want you to do is think about this, choose the correct answer, and once you have chosen the correct answer, prove this. We don't have the means for actually grading you on whether your proof is correct or not. So what you have to do is check whether this answer is correct, do the proof yourself. In other words, take out a piece of paper, write down the proof, and then we provide you with one possible proof and often a video that walks you through that proof. Now the problem is that the edX platform did not allow us to actually use their video player to show this video. So here we simply have embedded a YouTube video. If you want to also see captioning, or if it's the case that you cannot watch the YouTube video and therefore have to stream this from some other platform, then what you want to do is go to the end of the week where there is a section proofs with transcripts, and then you can go to those and watch the same video but now with transcripting. Let me give you a quick preview of how we're going to do programming in this course. So let's close this. As part of week 0, you're going to install some software. Let me show you what this software does. I've installed it and I've created a shortcut on my desktop to get it started. I'm going to double click on this, and what happens on my Mac is that a terminal session starts. And the first thing that this terminal session does is it checks whether there are any files to be updated that we're going to be using. And now, in my particular case, it says that, okay, let's move this out of the way. In my particular case, it says that the files are already up to date. Notice this already up to date message here, and therefore I'm ready to go. And the second thing it then does is it pops up a browser. We strongly recommend that you use Firefox or Chrome. And what you see here is a dashboard for an IPython notebook server. And there are a whole bunch of notebooks here on different subjects. And the way this works is that you click on one of these. Let's click on the first one. And the way IPython notebooks work is that you can intersperse text with boxes in which you can program. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk you through how to populate those boxes in which you can program. Every time you have to program, we're going to give you a tremendous amount of guidance, and therefore this should not be very scary to you. Notice that this course is not about teaching you how to program in Python. This course is merely on how to use a very small subset of Python to relate how you might want to code the operations that we look at in a way that very closely matches how the mathematics is naturally layered. Anyway, let's close this off. We'll close tabs. If you want to stop your notebooks server, what you do is Control-C in this terminal session right here, and then you say yes to shut down notebook server, and you're done. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea of what you're in for. Notice that this course is about learning. Yes, it's the case that you can try to answer questions many times. Yes, it's the case that if you insist, you don't have to learn anything. What we believe is that if you really make an effort, our materials will allow you to learn linear algebra. So it's all up to you how much you want to learn.